Now, for those of you that have been using the CheckIn app, there is a laundry list of upcoming features that will be out in the next week or two. And some of these are absolutely game changers. So upcoming features, all information changes rolled into one edit button in the participant screen. So before you would get all of these edit buttons down here, now it's just one, update registration info, registrant info. You have the ability to customize question responses, and they'll be viewable, and most are editable in the CheckIn app. So again, each one of these separately you can turn off and on, and we support like open fields, things like that. So some editing responses are that need validation are not supported. So this the editing of them are not supported. So you can't time validation, URL submission, and custom allowed values that have a validation portion in there. You're not going to be able to edit those. And then internal questions. Anything you have set as an internal question will not display in the CheckIn app. That is because we're assuming that you want that hidden for a very specific reason, and so we don't want to show those within the app. Required fields will be listed in the CheckIn app for updates when you're editing the participant information. So if you imported information in and someone's missing their first name, and you have that as a mandatory field, when you go into editing, it'll say required first name, required favorite type of race, free form text, emergency contact, all of that will be mandatory if you have it mandatory within RunSignup. Now, this does not change anything if you're just checking someone in. It's only if you're editing that field. So editable fields will also be displayed in the queued edits section. So all of this will be built in if you have queued edits. And again, as we talked about before on previous things, there's an export function so that if you do have queued edits, for some reason you went offline, you come back online, you need to export this. All of this is exportable by email. Your giveaway will display in the check-in confirmation view. So the beauty here is if you haven't yet told, if you forgot to tell the person behind you, hey, I need a large t-shirt, now it says the bib number, the name, and the giveaway item before you hit save and continue. So you don't have to go back in the participant view to find that. The name will be present on the bib entry page. So you can double check who you're actually looking at. It doesn't say bib number, it says the person's name. For those of you that haven't used this before, this would be in situations where someone has multiple people they're checking in. And to that note, if you are dynamically assigning bibs and someone's getting multiple bibs handed to them, would strongly advise you having like a felt tip marker, whether it be a Sharpie or a felt tip pen, and just doing a quick name written on the back. A lot of times, if you're doing t-shirt giveaway on a different area, you can also write the t-shirt size on there so that when they go down to the t-shirt area, they have their name and their t-shirt size on there. That's so that when they go home, the name is so when they go home, they picked up theirs and their wife's or their husband's. They don't accidentally wear the wrong bib, and you know, Susan doesn't win overall male because she went to the Olympics for the past 3 Olympics. This is a big one for a lot of you that have been doing larger races or have families with juniors, seniors, what have you, but they don't register with those junior, senior suffixes. So here we are now displaying age on the participant lookup screen. So that means if you have 5 John Smiths and they didn't bring their QR code, so you're typing it in, you're able to validate by age as to whom is whom. Another upcoming feature is your participant check-in report has percentages in the check-in report. So before it would just give you the number, but now you have percentages as well. So locking the app for a volunteer saves within the database now, even if the app is closed. So let's see if this video works. So now we're in there, it's locked, they close the app completely, they go back into the race, They try to unlock it, they can't without unlocking it. So now they're going to put in the right PIN number, and when we go into settings, you can see all different settings available. So previously, if a volunteer closed out of the app and went back in, it would reset the locking mechanism so they could get back in and have full access to the settings. So now it's fully locked, which is fantastic. Some other upcoming features are checkbox question responses display in the app. There are improved error messages. So like if you, such as an app password failure or a failure to be online or something like that, there's better messaging. We also support non-binary and null gender in the check-in edit mode, which is fantastic.